Do you remember a time when you were a kid and you had a dream about what you would be when you grew up? So I was reminded of this, my daughter's kindergarten graduation a little bit over a year ago. And they were each asked to come up to the podium and speak to the audience and tell them what they were going to be when they grew up. And I'll never forget, because my daughter was the only one. She walked right up to the microphone. She smiled and she said, "When I grow up, I want to be a princess." Aww. And everybody started laughing about it, but not me, because I knew. When I looked at her, I knew she believed it was possible. She meant it. Just like we all did. When we were kids and we had those dreams, we thought anything was possible. But somehow between then and now, the dream got lost and faded away. So what happened? This was something that 6 years ago, I had to realize. I woke up one day and literally realized I wasn't living my dream. And I worked really hard at changing my life. I decided right then and there, I'm going to commit to making my dreams happen. And along the way, I discovered 5 concepts. And I'm going to share these 5 concepts with you today, because no matter where you are in life right now, no matter how far down the road you've come, no matter what your current circumstances are, these 5 concepts will empower you to take back that dream you had and start living it. So here they are. Number 1, define yourself. What do I mean by that? When you meet somebody for the first time, what do you talk about yourself? You introduce yourself by your name, talk about maybe your occupation, what you do, your family a little bit, but does that really define who you are? See, it's not about the things that we have, where we live, where we come from, or our occupation that define us. See, if you want to start living your dream, you've got to know what makes you happy. And you can't know what makes you happy if you don't know who you really are. So it starts with defining yourself. You have to ask yourself questions like, what do I feel most passionate about doing? What makes me feel most alive when I'm doing it? What are your special skills, talents, and hobbies that you have that you love doing? What is one message that you've got that if it was your last day here, you want the world to know? What is something that you believe about so strongly that you would stand up and be willing to die for it if you had to? That's when you start to define who you are. Because if you don't define yourself, other people will do it for you. And if other people define who you are and you live by that, you're not living your dream. So define yourself. Remove obstacles. That's number 2. Most of the obstacles that stand in the way of you and your dream, they're not physically there. They're up here, what I call mental chains that weigh you down and can absolutely paralyze you from ever going after your dream. What they are is they come in the form of fears, negative thinking, and self-limiting beliefs. So there's 3 ways to break those mental chains. First one is to identify what each of those chains are. Write each one of them down, and they're usually the things you say to yourself and about yourself. I can't because I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I don't know the right people. Now's not the right time. I don't have the right education. Those are the types of things that hold you back. Second is to identify exactly how each one is stopping you from living your dream. And then finally, identify an alternative solution to break the chain so you can move toward your dream. Expect more. There's a saying that goes, if you do what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. And where you are right now, wherever that is, it's the direct result of the expectations you have of yourself. So if you want to go from where you are to where your dream is, you've got to raise your expectations. Because when you do, you start to achieve more. When you achieve more, you start to build more confidence in yourself. And when you do that, you start to raise your expectations even higher. See, it's not about jumping from where you are to your dream in one shot. It's about taking small, consistent steps, raising those expectations day in and day out until you get there. So raise your expectations. Absolute clarity. If you don't know what your dream looks like, then you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. You've got to know with 100% clarity what your dream looks like. Paint a picture of it, and it's got to be so crystal clear you can close your eyes and see a vivid image of it. When you have that kind of clarity, how to get there will start to appear before you. But you've got to know what you want. You move it. What do I mean by that? It's amazing how many opportunities come our way, and we're so busy overanalyzing, overthinking, and dismissing every single one of them, and then we wonder why our lives don't change. I read a book called The Attractor Factor. It was written by Dr. Joe Vitale. There was one part in that book, and when I read it, that sentence hit me hard. One sentence said, when your limousine pulls up, get in. And all it meant was when opportunity comes your way, when that limousine's rounding the corner and it stops in front of you and opens the door to you, don't dismiss it. Don't sit there thinking, I wonder if this is for me, or thinking why you're not worthy of getting in, or wait for someone else to take advantage of it, hop in that limo. When it pulls up, get in, move it. Those are your 5 concepts for making your dreams happen. If you are not working on building your dreams, you're working on building someone else's. And it's not worth living the next 30, 40, or 50 years in a life that's unhappy or unfulfilling. Don't let your current circumstances, your fears, or any labels placed upon you by anybody else define who you are. Instead, you've got to realize that you are capable of so much more than you'll ever know, because your dreams have no boundaries. You don't get many second chances in life, but this is one of them. Take hold of that dream and go after it, because your dream is worth it.